Hari Om. This year, Mahashivaratri, and a very important festival for all walks of life, whether you are in Grihastha, whether you are someone who is trying to look for accomplishments, successes, or for ascetics, those who are looking to take to this path of renunciation, for all walks of life. This Shivaratri is a very, very significant, important day. So, to talk about why this particular night, Ratri means night, dedicated to Bhagwan Shiva. This particular night is when Bhagwan Shiva got married to Parvati Devi. So, it is in a way Bhagwan Shiva's anniversary. And there is a story of both Vishnu and Brahmaji were competing, kind of a sport, and Bhagwan Shiva appeared in the form of a column of light on this day and gave them both tasks, each being asked to find the top. So Brahmaji was asked to find the beginning, and Bhagwan Vishnu was given the job to find the bottom. Both of them could not find it, and the story goes on. But the significant part is this day, as a column of light, he first appeared in a Vyakta format, in a physically seen format. And this column of light, this Jyoti, it fell, sparkles of it fell at 12 different places across the length and breadth of this earth. And those 12 are called the Jyotirlinga. I have had a very beautiful opportunity to visit all of them at one go, and I have visited many of them individually as well several times. But Shivaratri is the day when Bhagwan Shiva physically was born. And today is also the day when he became quietened, completely absorbed in his meditation, and became one with that Mount Kailasa. So, Mount Kailasa, there is no temple of Shiva, but that Kailasha Parvata itself is seen as Bhagwan Shiva. And we go circumambulate, do pradakshina of that Bhagwan Shiva. That also happened on this day. There are also accounts of this particular day when he has vanquished several of these demons and provided peace for this entire world. Most importantly, it was during the time of the churning of the milky oceans, where Bhagwan Shiva was requested, because there was this poison called halahala that made it unbearable to work to churn the milky ocean. So they requested Bhagwan Shiva, and Bhagwan Shiva is for this particular act called as Mahadeva. Amongst the devas, he is the greatest one, because for the welfare of the entire world, entire creation, he immediately cupped the entire poison and took it in his bhiksha patra, and he didn't want to throw it out. It would again contaminate and spoil the environment. He didn't want to leave it as is because it could be disturbed and it could be hazardous for many. So, what he did was he consumed it. Parvati Devi ji, who was there, that instinct, so she jumped in and held, saying, "May this poison not enter in." because in Bhagavan Shiva, in his Vishwarupa, the entire 14 worlds are there. That would also be burnt. So she held it in his kantha, in his throat. Therefore, after this, that poison being in his throat, it it gave the color to his throat as Neela, Neela bluish color. So he's also called Neelakantha. So when that poison had some side effects, when medicine today has side effects, imagine consuming poison, it had its side effects. And the Ashwini Kumaras, the doctors of heaven, who gave this knowledge of Ayurveda to the rest of the humanity. So they came down and said, pour water continuously from the head to toe throughout the night and keep him awake, keep him entertained. So, in marking that particular day, this great sacrifice that he has done, right since that time, the entire humanity, all of us, specifically the Hindu, we celebrate this observation by constantly invoking Bhagwan Shiva, chanting the Om Namah Shivaya mantra, and chanting the Rudra Namaka Chamaka Prashna, and offering the Abhisheka on the Shivalinga. And in that process, we are remembering, because that water was poured on him all night long to ward off the effect. So, similarly, this Abhisheka is done to ward off all kinds of, because Bhagavan Shiva is invoked as Bhaishaja, Bhaishaja, the doctor himself. So, he is the doctor for this entire samsara. So, we invoke him specifically. Today, this Shivaratri day, which is the 14th day of the fortnight, meaning one day before the new moon day, when the sun is in the Kumbha Rashi, then it is considered that all the planetary motions and the entire world of energy synchronizes, and he is the beholder of that energy. So, that energy synchronizing gives us the opportunity to initiate our minds to tune in, yoke in, to find that yoga with Bhagwan Shiva and transcend this worldliness. So, therefore, on this day specifically, it is considered as very, very auspicious to initiate young sadhaks into sannyasa. And of course, these are chosen by the Guru and given to the sadhaka. There are those who have done their brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and they have come to the final, जो आखिरी पड़ाव है, so they have come to the final leg of their life, and they come and say, we have given up the entire worldliness. Now we want to focus, sit down and focus only on Bhagavan. So such people are also initiated into sannyasa so that they can focus completely about Bhagavan as their very life breath, as their very being. So this day is that very important, both in the material sense. So there are many who worship on this day for long lasting married life, because today is the Shivaratri day, is the day when Bhagwan Shiva and Parvati Devi ji both got married. Then there are those who listen to the glories of Bhagwan Shiva, chant the Lingashtakam, Bilvashtakam, and offer the Bilva leaves to Bhagwan Shiva's Murti, which is the Shivalinga, and offer the prayers. There are those who offer all night long. So the practice is early morning on this 14th day, the Shivaratri day, the seeker wakes up, takes a head bath, and then takes a vow of not eating, not even taking a sip of water, drop of water, and goes through the entire day chanting Om Namah Shivaya mantra. And during the night time, there are four different offerings of prayers with the Abhisheka included, where the Namaka Chamaka Prashna are chanted while you are doing the Abhisheka. And this goes on up until the Brahma Muhurta Kala. Then they quickly go take shower and come. And final performance of puja is done the early day of the next day, and then break the fast. So it is a very rigorous sadhana to jolt the mind out of samsara, out of the materialness, and invoke the great sacrifice of Bhagwan Shiva. So, what is it to be remembered? That just like Bhagwan Shiva, in order to protect this world, he took away all the negativities, and he protected by taking away the negativities. And one more important thing to note, he did not allow it to be consumed, impacting him. When you take negativities, it impacts you. Nor did he spew it out to ruin the world, but kept it in balance. So, such a balanced one can definitely be abiding in that supreme, and that is shown through Bhagwan Shiva and his life. So, may this Shivaratri be fruitful, beneficial, and blessed, especially through this pandemic that we are going through, which is not yet done. So, may this Bhagwan Shiva bless us all with health, peace of mind, uh, cheerfulness to look forward to, and best of all, a balanced mind to take everything that comes with equanimity. So, very joy filled Mahashivaratri to all of you. Hari Om.